And let's talk about it. Financial freedom. What is that? What does it look like to you? So talk me through this and tell me what you think that it means to have that financial freedom that's going to take you to that next level. And for most people, they're never going to get it. They're never going to see it. And so they really have to figure out what that means to them and what they have to do to go out and get it. Try to switch this camera around and see if that works. No, I just turned it off. But how are you going to get financial freedom? So I'm doing a competition. We did a mastermind down in St. George, Utah, and we did some things that help people change their mindsets. And we've got a competition going right now. I have my team against Jeremy's team. And one of the biggest things I said is you've got to get out and contact. You have to contact a level that's going to help you improve, get better, learn efficiencies, and then be able to close at a way higher level than you've closed in the past. Because the competition we have is how many under contracts can we get in the next month. And it's funny because I've got Sean out in New Jersey. Sean's already put 2 or 3 under contract. I've got Justin here in Utah. Justin picked up 2 people that are ready to buy and sell this last week. And so he's working them through the steps of getting their stuff under contract so he can list the house. But the real thing, David out in New Jersey is on my team as well. He said, hey, I've really learned how to target what doors are home so that I'm crazy efficient. And that's massive. You've got to be efficient if you're going to be successful in real estate. And then we got Leonard is also on my team. He's down in Tennessee, and he's put multiple under contract this last week with his business. So guys, it's huge to change that mindset that this should be a weekly thing that we put people under contract and not just, oh my gosh, if it happens, that would be great. And I'm going to, plug away to try to get it to happen. But no, you've got to make it to where it's a necessity that each week you are putting people under contract so that you can then push to that next level of putting more under contract and more closings and more closings. So as we dive into this, I really want you to focus on those steps in how you can build freedom. We talk about our country. It just passed the 4th of July. What freedom do you guys have as real estate agents, and how do you get that? I mean, that's probably the biggest thing that I would tell you is, what does it take for you to have freedom? And have you written it down? What does that mean? How much do you need to make per month? If it's 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 50,000 a month, how do you get there? How many homes do you need to sell? And are you on track? And if you're not on track, what are you going to do to get on track? Who are you competing with? Sada asked you. He's on our real estate team for EXP. Who are you chasing? Who are you trying to beat? And if you don't have those people already identified and know how many deals you need to close to beat them, guys, you always should be chasing somebody. So get out there and chase them. Get out there and make it happen. Okay, guys, start hitting me with questions. This is a Q&A. This isn't, hey, Duane, get on a soapbox and tell you guys to have a vision and a goal and find financial freedom and get out there and kill it. This is literally, let's ask some questions. So Sad just came in there. He says, how do you develop that urgency to get people under contract? Great question, Sad. It's got to come from within, right? What is your why? What is your vision? What are you trying to accomplish as a real estate agent? And then why? It all boils down to your why. So if you're not pushing, like for me, when I first started, my why was I need to replace over $500,000 a year my first year as a real estate agent. And why? So if I go back to my vision board, then I can look at, okay, what did I want to accomplish? And for me, you guys, your vision board is massive. I'm going to pull mine off the wall. As you can see, I carry this with me. So your vision board is essential for you to find success. I've got on there my wife. That's probably the biggest thing. That is one of my whys. And in the middle of this always is my family. If I can do this backwards, right? My family. Why? Why do I need to make a lot of money? So for me, I want to be able to have a lot of money so I can do anything I want with my family anytime I want. I want to be able to take off and go boating. I don't want to be tied to a 9 to 5. I don't want to have to work in order for me to say, okay, I have the financial ability. My goal ever since day one, Saad, was to have enough money that I don't need to go to the office. I don't need to work. I have enough repeat and referral clients coming in that I determine my schedule. Like for the last 6 years, I have not had to go out and prospect. Can I tell you how big of a blessing that is? I currently have over 10 under contract. And my main focus is this show, Real D2D, and building a coaching program and building agents that can then run teams underneath them and building programs and systems to help people be successful. I got a text from Jeremy last night. And guys, this is what inspires me. This is one of my whys. He said, and this is from Sarb Singh. Hopefully I didn't murder your text here. But he says, hey, Jeremy, hope you are doing well, brother. I would like to thank you for all the content you guys put out there, telling everyone importance of prospecting. I have got my first listing and another 2 on the way. It would not have happened if I didn't realize the importance of prospecting. So big thank you to Duane, to you and to Duane. Warm regards, Sarb. Got this last night. You guys, this is the stuff that inspires Jeremy and I to go push to that next level. I love giving you guys all of our content so that you guys can go and be massively successful. So Saad, as you look at your urgency, as you look at what you're trying to do as a real estate agent, have big visions. So once again, family for me, that's huge. I want to have all the time in the world and the money to be able to spend time with my family and take them anywhere I want. I take my wife on a trip every year, and that's why I have over on this side, a picture of me and my wife. It's all about me spending quality time one-on-one with her. I've got 12 books on here that I'm going to read 12 books this year. And I'm going to do more than that. Brain power. I want to grow in knowledge. So guess what? I'm signed up to take a master's, to get my master's degree. Do I need that? No. Financially, do I need that? No. Am I going to use it and apply it? Absolutely. I'm going to use a lot of stuff that I'm learning to be able to apply back to you guys to help you build massive businesses. Okay. So taking my wife to Scotland, that's on my vision board right down here at the bottom. We're going to go to Scotland, Ireland this year. But these are my whys. So to get to that urgency, Saad, that you're talking about, it's just go make it happen and then dream bigger and then go bigger and then do bigger things until you've accomplished everything you want to do. Tony Lopez. When do you move on from a neighborhood? i.e., for example, contacted 50% of the hood, 500 homes. If you've only hit 50% of the hood, you're just getting started, bud. You need to get to 90, 95% of the neighborhood before you move on. You're just starting to get traction. You're starting to get people to notice you. You're starting to get attention. You're starting to become a household name figure, and they expect you to be there. Keep going, my man. Trevor B., when you go to knock a neighborhood and you find that somewhere expired, withdrawn, etc., would you approach them differently? Absolutely. So if you know there's an expired listing in a neighborhood you're already knocking, knock on the door. Hey, I noticed you guys were trying to sell your house. Been working with a lot of the neighbors in here. Tell me the biggest reason you feel like your house did not sell. And then start asking those question-based questions to guide them through how you're going to be massively successful as a realtor to help them win. Okay? So good question, Trevor. What other questions? Keep hitting me up with questions. And if anybody wants to do a live role play, jump on Instagram and we'll bring you in live and we'll walk through some of this. Got some really, really cool things in the hopper. We are building out a door-to-door real estate school with certifications. It's going to be a lot of fun. It will have a ton of videos that you will not want to miss as it goes through every topic. And Jeremy and I both will record videos on this. So that's going to be fun. Look for that coming out in the near future. And then guys, if you're ready to grow your real estate business, where do you need to start? That's the one question I would ask you. Have you written it down? Where are you failing? What do you need to change? What things are you doing to be successful? So this mastermind we had down in St. George, Utah was awesome for one reason. I had a lot of my guys tell me I go out and knock doors consistently. And these are guys that spent $2,500 to come to this mastermind. So they're doing okay, right? They have money to come learn, grow, and build. But they weren't applying all the things they need to apply to have it be the most successful for them. Meaning, they would go out, they would record like I tell them to. And I'm going to tell you to do this too. Record yourself, record yourself, record yourself. And from there, you need to listen to it again. And I ask them, how many of you guys are recording? And I had one guy raise his hand and he goes, I record every day I go out and knock. David, well done. New Jersey, my man, he's recording every day. And this is, how many of those recordings do you actually listen to? He goes, oh, one or two. Guys, we don't know where we need to improve until we listen and identify the areas in which we need to improve. Sean, in my coaching program on my real estate team, has said this. My areas I've got to improve in is efficiencies. I'm not hitting 60 contacts a day. And it's because I get bogged down with this and this and this. And he started to identify, and that's one of the primary things you have to do. You have to identify where your struggle is. Because if you don't know where your struggle is, you cannot change it. So get in there and change it. Fernando, are you hosting that 50K a month seminar in New Jersey? Yes, sir, Fernando. That seminar is this Friday, my man. We will be there. We've got a ton of people already signed up. We're hoping to finish out the rest of the seats. There's 200 seats available, and we've got a big chunk of those already full. So if you do not have a link to that, Fernando, text me right now, 801-243-4544, and I will send you a link. And because you're on here, we'll make sure we get you in for free as well. So guys, if you're around New Jersey, make sure you get to this event. It's a free event. We're going to spend 4 to 5 hours of training, and it's going to be phenomenal. So if you're not there yet, get signed up, fly in. I've got people flying from all over. I've got a guy from Canada coming. We've got a lot of people flying in from all over to come to this free event. You'll get to see Jeremy and I live, go through a lot of our training and help you understand the whys about question-based selling. If you can't make that one, August 9th, we're going to be in Atlanta. And then the end of August, we're going to be in Dallas, Texas. So make sure you're sharing all this information with everybody out there. But great question. So guys, what other questions? Hit me up. Can't learn unless you're trying. What do you need help with? What are your struggles? How can I help add value back to your business today that's going to help you put more people under contract? It's times for you. This is why I jump on here, and this is why we show up, is to give you guys the time to grow your business. Tony, thank you for your questions. Did you ever call homes that didn't open their doors after multiple knocks? No. I'm going to continue to knock, and I'm going to watch for signs of life. So if you've got a home that will not open the door, now that depends. If you know their home, you can hear people inside, and they never will open their door, move on. But if you're knocking and you don't think they're home, and then they're getting there, and you're showing up at 8 o'clock at night, and it's like, oh my gosh, I found them home. I've got guys knocking past 9 o'clock at night right now and finding crazy success. So get to those people, Tony, when they're home. Okay. G. Perez, how many hours a day did you knock that first month to get 10 under contract? I didn't get 11, brother. I got 10. But for me, I started at 8 a.m. and I went for a full 12, 13 hours. Not all of it was door knocking. So when I first got to the office, I was doing social media until around noon. So 4 hours, I was setting up my day, from showings to showing assistants to who I needed to follow up with, to who I need to send homes with, and I was doing social media. All of that happened between 8 and noon. From noon, I grabbed lunch and I was on doors by 1 o'clock. I knocked from 1 till 9 o'clock at night. Guys, if you put in 8 hours a day strictly door knocking, your business will completely change. Completely change. What pace did you knock doors at? Every hours you would take a 15-minute break. My man, Tony, there is no breaks. I mean, if I'm out of work, I'm working. Okay. You guys, this is not corporate America. This doesn't mean, hey, I'm forced to give you a break every 4 hours of your job. This means go hard. You work for yourself. How long do you want to be out there? For me, if I'm not working, I want to be home with my family. I want to be doing stuff that I want to do. And I hope you guys have that same mindset. And I want to tell you this. I had to get 10 under contract. That was my goal, to always have 10 under contract. If I didn't have 10 under contract, I was in freak out mode. As soon as I got 10 under contract, guess what, guys? I didn't go hit the doors the way I should. I slacked off and I spent time with my family, and I spent time on admin work, and I spent time on growing a business, and I spent time on, because guess what? That meant I had enough money coming in to support everything that I wanted to do. And then I'd go out and do a bunch more under contracts and do a bunch more under contracts. So for me, your pace, Tony, should be sprinting to every door you can with no breaks until you've got enough under contract that you're going to hit every goal you've wanted to hit. Hope that helps. But if you can go with that kind of energy and excitement and drive, oh my gosh, man, you will be successful. Tony asked again, dang, I must be a wimp, LOL. It's 120 in Palm Springs and I'm gassed after 2 hours. Stay hydrated, Tony. I've knocked in 120-degree weather. We were down in St. George's last weekend. It was 112, 113. You've got to really, really go hard, especially at prime time. So you were 120, Tony, down there. Take a bunch of water with you. Stay hydrated, but get in front of people, and people will notice that you're out working and they're really hot. They'll offer you water. Just keep going, but stay crazy positive. You don't notice the heat. You'll get used to the heat the more you do it. But the more breaks you take, your body doesn't get used to it. I guarantee you there's hard labor workers that are out there in Palm Springs doing concrete, doing framing, doing all those other things, and they're not getting gassed after 2 hours. Build up your endurance level. And that's not going to happen by you being a wimp, so you call it, and quitting after about 2 hours and going, oh my gosh, I'm toast. And hopefully that's not offensive. Literally, if you can build up your energy and your ability to do that longer without breaks, you're going to do really well. Alex, how to get motivation to put the amount of work and do this every day. Guys, we talked about this a little bit earlier. It's right here. It's right here. It's your why. It's your vision board. It's what you want to accomplish in life. Okay. One thing I'm going to ask you right now, Alex, what is the number one thing you want to accomplish out of being a real estate agent? What would you feel like you had hit, and what success do you feel like you'd have if you did what in real estate? Most people that I ask this question, the number one thing they raise their hands for is, I want to build a repeat and referral client base that just feeds me, that I don't have to prospect anymore. Alex, you're not going to do that, my man, without going out and putting in a ton of effort ahead of time. Guys, I was able to do it in 2 years, but that was me busting my tail, putting in tons of hours to build a big repeat and referral client base. It's not just going to come free. And if you guys do the bare minimums to get by to barely hit your goals, I'm telling you right now, what's going to happen. Sorry, I had a phone call come through. I'm telling you right now, what's going to happen is you're always going to be contacting. So if you want to get to a point where you're not contacting anymore, go put in the effort now. Go grind hard now, so that you can get to a point where you can glide. Okay. Great question. Dan, my man, Dan's in our program. Love it. Were you knocking condos or single family homes? All condos and townhomes, Dan. Why? We've talked about this. It's going to be your turnover ratios. How often are they buying and selling? And, you know, if they're transitioning every 4 months, I'm going to be able to get a lot of deals out of one neighborhood. And the more homes I sell in that neighborhood, the more people are going to get used to seeing my name, and I'm going to become the person to go to in those condo and townhome areas. Not only that, they're always upgrading. And when they upgrade, they're going to go from a condo or townhome to a starter home. From a starter home, I'm going to help them sell that and then get them into their mid-range home. Then mid-range home, I'm also going to help get them into their forever home. So look how many deals I'm getting out of them, Dan. Not only that, how many friends do they have that are in that same starter home phase? And if I do a good job, which I'm going to do, how fast are they going to then share my name with all their friends and family? So that's exactly why you want to start there. Dino, hey, Duane, door knocking. Did you get resistance if you knocked after 6 p.m.? That's a mindset issue, Dino. If I remember right, I think you're in California or Canada, one of the two. I know it's a long ways apart, but I've got a lot of people that I talk to. I've seen you a lot on here, though, Dino. Also, what do you do about bathroom breaks in the middle of a door knocking session? You don't want to know the answer to that. I cannot tell you how many times I've peed in a bush. And ladies, yes, you probably need to run off to a restroom, but getting off doors was an absolute no-no. And so you've got to get to a point where you go to the bathroom ahead of time and then try to make it the full 8 hours without going to the bathroom. If you have to, if you get in a house, ask someone to use their bathroom, but do not get off doors. Don't stop what you're doing. You've got to continue and push forward so that you're successful. Okay. Another thing with that, Dino, mindset, if you're knocking at 6 o'clock and you're starting to get resistance and you're like, I don't know what to do, dude, get used to pounding doors till 9 o'clock at night. I've knocked doors at 11 o'clock at night, pitch black, 11 o'clock at night. Look for signs of life. Look for open screens. Look for, people that have their lights on and have a lot of lights on. That tells me they're home. But in competition season, oh man, dude, I'm hitting doors at 10:30 at night. So get that mindset to shift, Dino, and you'll find a lot of success. Jeremy the Man Davis is on here with us. You guys should feel privileged to have him in our presence. Jeremy said we had 5 guys last week, almost 300 contacts a week. He who has a why to succeed can bear almost any how. Dude, great quote. Great quote. 300 contacts, you guys, should be easy to accomplish. So get out there and make that happen. Justin, did you find resistance getting contacts that weren't ready to buy right now? And how did you overcome and get that contact? So Justin, that's the name of the game. And this is why you need to join our coaching program. You need to come to our trainings, buy the courses. We can teach you how to overcome the no. I want to know at the door. Hey, my name's Duane. I work for EXP. Did your neighbors tell you I was going to come by and see you? No, they didn't. Cool. Have you ever thought about buying, selling, or investing in real estate? No, not right now. I want that no every time. Why? Because then I can help walk them through why it should be a yes and why right now is the best time to buy. And they haven't talked to other agents, and I can gain their trust because I can teach them things they did not know. Now, if you look at that no and you're like, oh, no problem, man. Well, contact me when you're ready. Oh my gosh, you're missing every client under the sun that's ready to buy. So Justin, you got to learn how to turn those no's to yes. Excuse me. Those no's to yeses. Get a drink of water. I'm talking too much. Dan, condos have HOAs with no trespassing signs or soliciting, still knocking them. So in areas where you have a ton of no soliciting signs, guys, it's okay. Go find another subdivision. And if you're probably in California, if you are in an area where it's all no soliciting for condos, start with townhomes. If you can't do townhomes, get into single family, but get into the starter single family homes. and go knock it as if it's a condo. But guys, you go work with your HOA president, go work with, whoever to help get into those subdivisions. You'll find a ton of success. Dan said, don't drink liquids before you go out. That'll help you to not have to pee. That's good. Yep. California IA is where Dan's at. I nailed it when I saw the no soliciting. Tony, how do you handle appointments? If multiple sellers tell you to come back that evening, reduce prospecting time? No. Well, here's the thing. Schedule your appointments. Let them know you're busy. Hey, I've got a lot of appointments. And if you're scheduling so many appointments, Tony, that you can't get to them all in one night, what an awesome problem you have. But I would tell you, don't start doing appointments until 7:30, 8 o'clock. And then appointment after appointment after appointment after appointment. And go to your most promising appointments first. Make sure they're pretty qualified. And then, get to those appointments and set them up to start looking at homes, go through homes, start, that whole path. Hey, before I come back tonight, find me your top 3 houses. And then let's go over those when I get here with you. And I don't ever set a time frame. Hey, I'm going to be in the neighborhood all night. I've got a ton of appointments. It's going to be between 8 and 10 o'clock. Is 10 o'clock too late? If it is, I'll catch you tomorrow. Leave your porch light on, though, because some of the best times for me to meet with families is when, their kids are in bed and they have time. So plan on me coming back by tonight. Excited to meet with you guys. And there we go. That's what I'm doing. Okay, what else? Other questions? You guys have been great to post today. Lots of questions asked. I hope you guys are getting some crazy, fired up responses inside that are just ready to go, oh my gosh, I'm going to go kill it. 400 contacts. Here I come. What else? Guys, hit me. I'm ready to answer more questions and help you guys get where you need to be. Our role play sessions are phenomenal. We've got a lot of people in the role play. We're role playing twice a day, you guys. Practice makes perfect, and it's so essential that you learn how to script out and say all the things you need to say so you're comfortable saying it all day long. Jeremy just said we had 26 this morning in our role play group. That's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. And what happens is a lot of people get in the role play group as a starter. It's $200 a month. That's 5 days a week, role playing twice a day. That is the cheapest money you'll ever spend. And then they realize the need of dialing in their approach, their pitch. A lot of them jump into coaching. A lot of them jump into our EXP team. If you don't have $1,200 a month right now, get on our EXP team to where you're doing all that training and mentorship and growth, and then go build a business big enough that you can then start running a team with us. So this is where we get excited about life. And in reality, when you look at this, if you sell one house, it's going to pay for coaching for a full year. So big things, guys, big things. But yes, you need to be doing stuff to feed that soul, to feed your brain, to help you realize you can do better. And being around a group of guys that are doing 300 contacts a week, how big of a sissy and wimp, as Tony put it, was it Tony or Justin? Somebody put it, I'm a wimp, man. If you're seeing other people do 300 contacts, but you're not, those are the kind of things we need to think about. Get around people that are being successful. Get around people that are performing at a really high level. And then you'll be expected to raise your bar because you're not going to be sissy. You're not going to be one that is the low performer of the group. You're not going to be the one that doesn't put people under contract if everybody else around you is. So if you're not in that environment, guys, you should reach out to Jeremy and I. Matthew, tips for rural small towns with no townhomes or condos other than a new small development still under construction. Oh my gosh, Matthew. Jeremy answered this. Go find pain points. He said paint, but he meant pain. And see where there's lots of homes are closing. So guys, Matthew, go out and just find areas which people need to upgrade. Go find starter homes. And in reality, guys, don't get so caught up in the analysis paralysis that you don't go knock. Matt, small towns are phenomenal. They give you a ton of time on doors. They don't get pressured as much from door-to-door salespeople. Just get out and go knock doors. I don't care where you knock, but hit every house in that town. Become the brand that everybody goes, oh my gosh, Matthew Lamping, dude, that guy's a baller real estate agent. Yeah, oh yeah, I met him at my door too. And he helped so-and-so, and he's really good. Matthew, go own that town. But you need to be owning it by doing 300 contacts a week consistently until you've talked to everybody in the town and then start over. And if it only takes you, a month and a half to do so, find another town close by, hit that too, and then go back. Jeremy just said, Duane and I have videos on YouTube about this topic, and call us. We'll help you. We've helped hundreds of agents for free. We'll pull up your area for you and give and show you how to do it. Sorry, guys, there's all these emojis in front of some lettering. I'm putting my phone number in the chat right now. Jeremy will do the same, but it's 801-243-4544. Jeremy, throw yours in there as well, and I'll repeat it for those guys on Instagram that aren't seeing that. But guys, questions? Got 10 more minutes unless we don't go deeper into any questions, but a lot of people on YouTube, you got a lot of people on Instagram. Let's continue to grow this and build it. This is all about helping you guys, get to that next level and sell a lot of real estate. If you're not selling 50 homes a year, there's a problem. Because in reality, to sell 48 homes a year, you need to find 2 clients. That's it. 2 that you're going to help buy and sell. That's 48 homes. And if you don't feel like you can sell or find 2 clients in a month, oh my gosh, man, that means you're not working. That is the easiest thing in the world. I always say this, and I'm going to have you guys memorize this. A blind squirrel could find that nut. Guys, that's not hard to do. And if you don't have the mindset where you could go find 2 people in a month and close them, we've got to work on your mindset. Knocking 6 days a week, correct? Dan, once again, my man, knock as long as you need to until you close the deal. That's all that matters, right? Go knock if you have to. I never knocked Saturdays or Sundays in my career. Why? Because I knocked hard enough during the week that those were family times. Family and God on the weekend, man. And so if you're not knocking with enough passion to be able to get that many under contract, and mine was 10 under contract a month, then you need to knock more. You need to work harder. You need to work smarter. And if that requires you to work on Saturdays, work on Saturdays. That's just fine. So those are the things that you need to focus on. It's that mindset that you have to focus on to get you where you need to be. Other questions, guys? Do you have an LA or Orange County date yet? No, Dan, we need to set that up. But we will come to LA this year. It's probably going to be August or September, probably most likely September, because we've got 2 venues booked in August. We've got Atlanta and Dallas. So it's probably going to be in September. In fact, Dan, if you want to find me a venue, I will book it right now. If you can find me a place that can hold a group of people, help me find some venues and we'll get that booked. Fernando, when will the event be? Will the event be recorded? I have a military service this weekend. Dude, thank you for being a military man. I really appreciate it. This will not be recorded. However, you could get down and see us in Atlanta August 9th. So sign up for that one. We'll have that Eventbrite link out hopefully by the end of the day. Other questions, guys? But Fernando, really appreciate your service, man. Other questions, guys? Anybody else out there have any comments, questions, things that they want to touch on? Our event, Dan, in Atlanta or New Jersey holds 220 or 250, somewhere right in there. So just depends on how many people are in LA that would want to see it. It needs to at least hold 50. And if we can pack that, and I can fly out 2 or 3 times, LA is close. So happy to happy to make that happen. Other questions, guys? Anything else I can do to help grow your business? Any questions you have for Jeremy? Jeremy will help grow your business. That guy's a beast. Fernando, what's your phone number? Okay, you ready? 801-243-4544. Fernando, call me after this. And honestly, as soon as we hang up, call me. I'll make time for you right now to talk to you, Fernando, and see what we can do to help, take you to that next level. Other questions? Guys, if there's no other questions, I will sound off. Thanks, Jeremy, Duane. That would be great. I only got my license about a month ago. I've got lots of questions. Matthew, call us. I mean, seriously, right after we hang up here, we would love to answer those questions one-on-one. If you have questions you want to ask now, happy to answer those for the group. But yes, definitely we want to help you. So call Jeremy and I. Any other questions, guys? I'm going to give it 3 more minutes. If we don't have any other things to dive deep into, we'll wrap it up and we'll start again next week. Next Monday, same time, same place. Ryan, welcome. Matthew, something helpful for me would be, what are a few things I would need to know to start door knocking? Like, what are the best things to be knowledgeable about? Great question. I would tell you the neighborhood. If you're going to go knock a neighborhood, you need to know what home values are, how much stuff's selling for. If you're in a condo development, when was it built? What did people buy it for when they were built? New. What are they selling for now? Average days on market, average interest rates over the last 25 years. I would want to know, what the market's going to do, where it's headed. So those are all crazy good questions that I would ask, or at least notes where you could respond and help people understand those by asking those questions. And Matthew, we'd give you a ton more, but mainly you need to know those answers. Dino, where do you get a TC that does contracts for you? How do you make sure they do not make a costly mistake? So I find good TCs just by trial and error. And then once you get a really good TC, you stick to it. And you should be overseeing all of their paperwork until you know that they're not going to make a costly mistake. But a TC should be, a must for anybody in their business. So Dino, are you with EXP? If you're with EXP, I just tell you to go to the marketplace and then type in there in your state, hey, I'm looking for a TC that services this area. And then interview them. How much volume do you do? Are you writing offers? Are you writing addenda? And then have them, until you trust them, oversee all that they're doing. I'm from Portugal. Do you think I can still benefit from your coaching? Oh my goodness. Alexandre. Yes, 100%. We had a guy from Singapore that, and I've never been to Singapore. It was hard to understand his English. I believe in Portugal, you're speaking Spanish. Hablo español también. But the fact is, I believe Jeremy went to Argentina on an LDS mission, and he speaks Spanish as well. Entonces, podemos hablarle en español cuando quiera. Si no entiende algo en inglés, podemos ayudarle ahí también. But the point is, yes, we can help you a ton. The guy in Singapore did not, his English wasn't great. We helped him absolutely crush it. And his demographic and market was completely different. So, Alexander, yes, call us. I would love to chat with you more. In fact, I'd love an excuse to come see you and eat some of that good food that's over there in Europe. Other questions, guys? Jeremy just gave me some kudos. He's hopping off for a coaching call. He said, Duane is the GOAT. Listen to every word he says. Other questions? All right, guys, let's wrap up. Give me a call. 801-243-4544 for Fernando. Looking forward to chatting with you. Alexander, love to chat with you. Matthew, love to chat with you. So whoever calls first, I'm going to take your call. Then I'll call you right back on the other. So just sure you call me so I have your phone number, and I will call you back as soon as I get off these other calls. So guys, Excited to help you grow a massive real estate business. Please go binge watch all the YouTube stuff on there. Text me as soon as you get your first deal, because you will. I've had so many people reach out, just like the text I read this morning, that are picking up deals just off all the information we're putting out there live on YouTube. Guys, love helping people grow their business. And I want real estate agents to become known as hustlers, and this will get you there and making a lot of money. So thanks for watching today, you guys. Have a massive week this week. Remember, hit those 300 contracts and at least put one under contract this week. Talk soon.